And we're live.
Hello, good evening.
You do?
Yes.
Good evening.
Well, that was a good session. Right, who's up for next time?
We survived again.
We survived
Right,
the login.
We're all level 15 now.
Yeah. Yeah, due to heavy snow, we've been snowed into the town.
Valakai currently has no water, so everybody's cursed up in Barovia.
Yes. This one.
Right. This is the first proper session of Curse of Stahd. The last two-ish have been the introductory adventure Death House. We're joined with everybody at level 3. And Ollie, if you would like to go ahead and give a brief rundown.
Yeah, no problem. Good evening, everybody. I'll try and remind you what happened in the last session, but you can always click on the video and have a little look yourselves. So we came out of the Death House, having survived, went for a beer in the pub to kind of get over the shock of everything that happened in there. We met a chap in there by the name of Ismark, who bought us all drinks and asked for our help. His father, the Burgermeister, has recently passed away, having suffered a heart attack. And he's looking for some adventurers to help his half-sister, Irene, go to Valakai, where she can get some help because she's been bitten by this vampire Strahd, and she needs to go to Valakai to go and get some help. So the Burgomaster's had a heart attack. He's their father. Apparently they've been pestered by Strahd nightly. Things are attacking the house, and it eventually became too much for him and he passed away. So Ismark's asked that we bury the Burgomaster, his father, and take Irene or Rana, whatever her name is, to Irina, her as well, take her to Valakai. That's pretty much it, I think. Yep,
that's more or less everything. The last thing that you were doing as you left was you were all rested up overnight in the relative comfort of the Burgermeister's mansion, so that you could gain your resources back. And then Irina asked you to help you take the body to the church.
Yes.
So as you awake, it's difficult to tell whether it's still morning, night, evening, or dusk. The sun, you've noticed, never seems to really shine where you are. But small blessings, the fog that was very thick and dense and encroaching seems to have backed off a little bit now. It's still there in the distance, but it's more of a haze. It's typical winter's type morning, cold and dank, but otherwise normally dry and as pleasant as it can be. As you make your way downstairs, Irina is busying herself with the coffin and getting some flowers to put on top of it. Ismark is sat opposite in the study. He greets you, good morning.
Good morning. Any breakfast going?
Yes, there's some floating around.
Good. Right. So you saying last night you want us to go and visit the church? How far away is it?
The church is the other side of the town. It's no more than half hour's walk carrying the coffin.
Okay. Is there going to be anyone at the church?
It's difficult to say. The local priest was there, but that's about as much as we've been able to establish. He's been quite preoccupied of late. Problems with the family, I believe.
Right. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you want to go there first and just check the place out, or should we just go for it?
Arena butts in and says, "There's no need to waste time. The sooner we can get this done, the better."
Right.
I'm
Okay,
up for.
we'll be the judges of that. Thanks very much.
She sort of pouts a little bit. I've lost my screen. There we go. Yeah. Just as a side note, that really sucks. I can't share my screen without you not being able to see it.
We can hide you if we need to.
No, it's alright. I'll just turn it off. Making on my little dragon and dice.
Being the last to wake up, a little bit groggy from the death house, I join the others and obviously interrupt them talking about moving or seeing the coffin being presented or sorted out. Well, as soon as someone says about checking it out first, I tell them it's a good idea and I'll aid in the checking out and moving of the coffin as and when needed. But
Maybe
those that see me see that there is quite a lot more beard than usual and a lot more chest hair.
You're. That looks like you've had a good night's sleep there.
Yes. Very comfortable.
Arena stomps past you and goes sulk into the kitchen, muttering something about hobbits.
I'm not a hobbit.
I'm going to
You got hairy feet as well, have you?
I don't think you want me to take my boots off. That could be god awful for both of us.
I know this isn't always the greatest idea, but maybe two of us could go with Arana and check out the church, and two of us could stay with Ismark.
Arena won't leave the house without her father.
I would make sure that I'm staying by the coffin, being the cleric, and sort of that's my main worry at the moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna start getting some like bed sheets and that, and start damping them down with water, and without really saying anything, I'm just gonna start planting them on Arena.
Okay.
Why are you wetting Arena?
Because I don't want her to catch on fire when she goes outside.
She's not turned.
No, I know that in my head, had dealings with vampires. I just know the fact that she's been bitten by a vampire, and vampires don't like sunlight. So I haven't differentiated the fact that she won't immediately burn up. So I'm just trying to help her by.
She sort of backs you off.
She's going to blow in.
What are you doing? Told you last night. Not turned yet. That's why we're leaving.
Hopefully not turn at all.
Yeah.
Well, you can never be too sure.
Right.
The very wet and pissed off noble lady glares at you.
Have you got a hand cart or a barrow of some kind that we can put your father in, just to make our journey to the church a bit easier?
Ismark pipes up with no. The werewolves destroyed it several nights past.
Right.
I could help carry it.
Yeah.
Carry it.
The coffin.
That could be interesting. So you're very short. It'll be on quite a bit of an angle.
Yeah, it would probably have to be me and you.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'll rest it on my shell, sort of thing, at one end.
Ismark will help as well.
Just a note for the record that I'm not carrying any dead bodies. Thank you very much. Far too important for that. I'm yeah.
I kind of see it as my duty at this point.
Yes. No. Good. Well, that's settled. Just so you know that I'm not carrying anything.
Okay. Ismark pipes up with at this point. He's been sat quietly in the corner, mulling it over. And if you want to check the church out first, I will go with you. Arena will stay here though, but we must be back before nightfall.
I'll go with you to check out the church.
Just a thought. If two of you go and check the church, maybe one or two of us could look for a cart around the town.
That's a good shout. I can watch over the deceased along with the fella.
Yeah, I don't mind going to the church. I'll have a look.
So
I
send the
think you
girls.
not just completely disregard the whole mantra of don't split the party. And go, yeah, I'm going to go over here. I'll go up here. And
We've
we'll
always
go
done
over
it every
there.
session. It's tradition.
It's fine.
So
Speak for yourself.
we'll send the girls up to the church, and the guys can look around the town.
Whoa, sexism.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
let the guys do the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Okay. Ismark says very well. You may be worth checking the tavern. They may have a wagon to carry the casks on. Or failing that, the mercantile will probably have something you could use, although you may have to pay for it. They're not the friendliest people.
Well, maybe Ismark, since you're a local, you'd be best placed to go and acquire a wagon, and perhaps we can go and find this church. If you show us the way to the church while we have a look around, perhaps you can go and sort a wagon out.
Okay. Ismark agrees. So are all of you going to go to the church while Ismark goes and looks for a wagon?
I'm going to be staying with the body at the moment.
I will be going with Ismark for a wagon.
Now you're just doing this on purpose. Spent 3 hours planning this damn thing. It's taken you 30 seconds.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best laid plans only survive to first contact.
Yeah. Right.
I can be very persuasive, so I think I should help with the cart getting.
Okay.
Very well.
I can be very persuasive as well. Well, they just don't realise that they're being persuaded. I just kind of end up walking out the shop with it.
Mine's normally a warhammer to the face.
Just bear with me 2 seconds, sorry. You lot, just do a role play thing amongst yourselves quickly.
Yeah, my way always works. A
Well,
warhammer to the face tends not to persuade all and every person, being, and creature.
But we don't need to persuade it if it just happens.
Very true, but sometimes you have to be upfront.
At this point, Ismark returns. He's got quite a thick woolen travel coat on. He looks at you, Thirdic, and says, with me then. And he starts making his way out through the rusted gate along the main concourse of the town.
are we expecting cold weather there, Ismark?
This is Barovia. It's always cold and wet.
Right, show us where this church is then, my man.
You should be able to move your characters. If you all head up towards the central concourse,
Yep.
to the main crossroads, Ismark points off to the northwest-ish, up that way. And he says to you, the church is up there. Be warned, though, the priest is a bit strange.
This is it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the church.
All right. Okay. And is the priest the only person at the church normally? He's not married, or he doesn't have a caretaker or anything with him?
He used to have his son with him, but it's been... We've not seen him for quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Do we know what happened to the son? Has he gone missing, or?
No, it's not talked about. There was a revolution some time ago. A wizard came into the town, riled up all the locals. You know what they're like when they get an idea in their heads. And he convinced them that they could try and take on Strahd it didn't end well. The priest's son was one of them that went. We've not really heard or seen from him since. But if you listen closely at night time, you can still hear the screams of him. We suspect Strahd may have tortured him as a punishment.
Right. So the priest isn't a fan of Strahd then?
Nobody is a fan of Strahd.
Okay. And what's the priest's name?
Donovan.
Donovan.
Hmm.
He doesn't sing, does he?
Hopefully not.
Okay.
There are some things too depressing even for here.
Right. And what kind of a church is it? What religion do you practice here?
The Churches of the Morning Lord.
The Morning Lord.
Yes.
That's
If any one of you want to give me a religion check.
I was gonna say, I think I know who that is.
Oh, I don't have a Scooby-Doo. No.
I think I know who it is, but Ina doesn't.
Oh, I see.
What are your
Let me just find it. I'll roll one and then you can. Roll, damn you. Well, I'm clicking on the button and it's not coming up, which is. Oh, there we go. It's my fault. There we go.
no?
With my 0 modifier, I will try. Okay, I'm better at religion than I am history.
With that roll, you'd know that the Morning Lord is a very old name for the god Lathander that you would recognise today.
Ah, yes. I think our cleric friend has told me about this one. Sounds familiar.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat.
Right, let's go and visit Donovan then.
And us to a cart. Say, Ismark, any chance of getting help, possibly with a forge? I'd like to prepare some silver weapons for me and my companions to help against Strahd.
There is no forge in Barovia. We import anything metal that we need from Valakai.
So it's important we go to Valakai.
Very. Right. Oh, no, I don't worry about it. No, go away.
All right, yeah. So I'm going to walk off towards the church anyway, and.
Right, the two of you that are heading up to the church, if you want to make your way up in that general direction.
Yeah.
And then we've got, no, you're staying with the body, aren't you? So we've got Therdek and his mark. They are still in the middle of the concourse at the moment. His mark looks at Therdek. I would suggest we tread carefully around the tavern. The Vistani owners are not known for their kindness. I doubt they will let us use a wagon, least of all to transport a body. I would suggest possibly that we try the mercantile first, and if we don't succeed there, perhaps we could appropriate one from the tavern.
Yes. What does this mercantile sell? We could have good use of items, possibly.
Ismark says he sells all the normal things that you would that a village would need. We have no call for weapons or armor. Everybody knows we stand no chance against Strahd, so why would we sell these sort of things?
Yeah, that's true. Yes, let's head there first.
Okay. Right. That one there is the mercantile, because apparently I can never remember which way around it's supposed to be.
Okay, there is a. I'll stand there. There is a grid that I'm clicking to.
You can do the alt thing to move. There you go.
Yeah, it saves stacking tokens.
Right. Right. As you approach the building, you can see that it's the sign hanging above it says Bildrath's Mercantile. There's some dim lights coming from inside behind drawn heavy curtains. And the sign creaks on hinges that haven't been oiled in a very long time. It's quite a large building, approximately 70 by 40 feet. Ismark tells you that it's owned by a man called Bildrath Cantermere. He sells everything that you can get from the adventurer's gear in the player's handbook, in case you're interested in buying anything from there.
Okay. Well, to be honest, we only need a wagon.
Where are my notes?
Yeah, they're upstairs on the couch.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, say that again, Lee.
We only need a wagon, so that's the only thing I need to procure.
Okay.
I believe we have everything else we need for our travels.
Okay, if you want to head inside, you can see. Come on.
I see walls.
Yeah, like a typical outpost sort of shop.
Okay.
Ropes and things hanging from the walls, lanterns, little canisters of oil for the lanterns and things like that. You can hear somebody pottering around in the back, and a bell chimes as you open the door from the inside. Slowly from around the side, a man comes towards you, dressed in plain black sort of tunic, blonde hair swept back, and he greets you. Ah, you must be new here. What can Bildrath do for you?
Passing through is more the thing happening.
You are new here.
I don't wish to stay very long. I just need some items for my journey. I need a wagon if you have one. I'm a smith, you see, so a wagon will help on my journey.
He looks around and I don't see a wagon in here, do you?
No, but surely you don't carry everything by yourself.
No, I have no need to.
Surely you have a wagon to take or receive deliveries.
I have my nephew who helps me. We do have a wagon, yes.
Could I borrow it?
See, borrow implies that there is some sort of agreement here where I agree to give you something on the condition that you return it. I would much rather the agreement where I lend you something and you pay me for it.
And how much? How much for this wagon of yours?
Well, if you can return it to me in good condition, should we say 15 gold pieces a day?
I don't know about 15 gold a day.
You may not know very much about gold, but I know a lot about gold.
I know plenty of it. How about use of it for, say, an hour?
Flat rate, I'm afraid.
How about, being a man of my word, I will return it within the hour, unscathed, without problem, and I will buy you a cask of ale.
Roll persuasion for me.
Oh, goody. Nope.
Oh, Periwinkle, we have some customers. From at the back, you sort of hear this. And then from around the corner, he introduces his nephew. I really wish there was an easy way to swap between layers. You see this almost 7.5 foot tall block of muscle just walk around the corner. Uncle Bildreth, you called? Ah, Periwinkle. These fine gentlemen here seem to think they can negotiate. Oh, Uncle doesn't like that. What would you like to do?
Stand a bit taller and broader.
Would you like to stand on these Mark's shoulders?
Yeah.
I'm 5 foot. I don't need a boost. Besides, a dwarf is too proud for such a thing. Big fella, what's your name?
He looks at his uncle, waiting to be told what to do.
Don't you have a mind of your
That's
own,
nice, man.
boy?
Say again, sorry?
I ask him if he has a mind of his own. I call him a boy.
Uncle says I don't.
Well, you should.
Uncle? No, he doesn't. He does what he's told. 2 seconds.
Yep.
I'll be back home in about an hour.
Okay, good luck. Trying to have the bed while we're there.
No, you're funny. She just turned around to me on the phone because I explained what happened last night to this morning. Are you in pain at the moment? What compared to this morning and last night? Fucking
If everybody would like to have a guess on when the wife's about to deliver the baby.
Last night.
When is she actually due?
21st of March.
Ooh.
Get in there.
On the 10th.
One bet for the 10th.
I'm going for... How many kids have you already got?
Banner won't be
This will be
here.
the 4th.
Did they come early or late, the previous ones?
Late, early.
I'm
And-
going for 19th.
Do you know
19th.
what? Is it a little boy or a little girl? Do you know?
I'll
Girl.
cry if it's that fucking late.
Well, I think I'm going to go for my daughter's birthday, which is the 8th.
8th.
Yeah.
10th, 19th, 8th. And you winner gets an inspiration.
Yeah.
17th.
17th.
Nice wide
Dave's
spread
come
for
to
the
lynch
next
whoever
two.
that was.
Some castor oil, rosebud tea, and a nice hot curry, and it'll be out tomorrow.
No, I went to use
Yeah.
because it's wet.
Yeah, that's fine. Be careful.
I will.
Bye.
I'm going to have a baby. I'll make sure it's happy D&D game, okay?
Yeah, that'll be good. She's been told she's got to keep her legs crossed until the D&D game's finished.
Oh,
I've got my fucking straps. For fuck's sake.
I literally had
Give
to
you some
run
new
away from
ones.
a D&D game for my little to be born.
yeah.
I remember that.
I remember, yeah.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Love you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this exchange is going on between Periwinkle and Bildrath and Thodic. You're sort of bigging yourself up a little bit, Thodic. His mark is just sat, like, resting on his heels. And he pipes up a little bit. Bildrath. What say we go half and half? No, the lesser. You do speak.
It's got hooks there, look.
Well, I suppose you are the Burgermeister now. Very well. We'll call it 10 gold. You can use it for the day and return it. You take half now, half on return.
It's ridiculous, but yes, I agree. I'll give you 5 gold if your muscle brings the cart round the front.
Periwinkle, ready the wheelbarrow. Yes, uncle. He disappears off around the back, and you can hear the crunching and squeaking of wheel carts. Meanwhile, somewhere else in town,
Dum, dum, dum.
Ina and Lenka.
Okay. So we're just outside the chapel at the moment, or the church. Does it look kind of like everywhere else? There's nothing that's just, setting it apart from the other buildings in town other than it's a church?
Hold on. There you go. You should have all moved to this screen.
I have a black screen.
Scroll down.
Yeah.
I just have a black screen.
Yep, it's just a black square.
Mine's black at the top, but there's a picture at the bottom.
Oh, you two won't be able to see it. Thodic and Weaver.
Oh, are we in the dark?
Put their tokens on the bottom of the page. Maybe they could see it then.
Yeah.
What, is it dark in here, is it?
No, you're just not there, so you wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh, this is fine by me. I'm doing something else. The theatre of the mind will play for me.
I can move you onto the screen if you want.
No, I don't mind.
I'm leveling up.
Right. Yeah. Ina and Lenka, as you walk up the cobblestone path towards the front of the church, you can see it's a quite run-down type building with large wooden doors.
Yeah.
Atop a slight rise, against the roots of the pillar stone that supports the castle Ravenloft, stands a grey, sagging edifice of stone. God, they paid this well with thesauruses, didn't they?
All right.
Stone and wood. The church has obviously weathered the assault of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. The bell tower rises at the back. Flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof, and rafters strain feebly against their load.
Some better days then.
Yeah. As you approach the doors, you can see the heavy wooden doors, and they're covered with claw marks and scarred with fire.
I see Strahd's minions have been doing their work here as well.
This is some bold wheel.
So, Ina, I'm thinking we just knock on the door, and or do you think we should sneak about? How do you want to go?
I think just going straight in would work.
Yeah. Okay. Right. In that case, then we'll knock confidently on the large wooden doors.
I mean, Ismark said they only come through, came at night, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't think there's any visitors. It's more of a case of this Donovan chap.
Oh. Can I help you?
Hello.
Are you the priest Donovan?
Who wants to know?
Well, I do, obviously.
Yes, I was.
It was.
I mean, I am.
You are. Okay. We are here to inquire about some business. Are you in a position to provide a funeral service for us today?
He's sort of looking around. He's very, very nervous. Well, I suppose.
Perhaps you might invite us.
Which one of you is dead?
Perhaps you might invite us in so we can discuss the details in privacy.
It's a lovely day out here. I could do with some fresh air.
You seem agitated. What may I ask is the problem?
Nothing, just a lot on my mind. Praying, religion, all that.
I see.
Hail the morning, Lord.
You spend a lot of time on your own, do you?
Yes, of course I do. Who said I didn't?
Can I see if he's lying? Because I don't quite trust him.
Absolutely.
Because of my archetype, I've also got this.
Ooh, very nice.
So basically, if I roll anything low, it would at least be an 8.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, that's
wow.
definitely higher than an 8. But
you can quite clearly see that Donovan is lying through his arse. Something.
That's one way of putting it.
He's not told you a shred of truth.
Okay.
Apart from maybe
I'm not really going to acknowledge anything like that. I'm just going to stroll up and walk, attempt to walk past him.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Is he a big chap, or is he a human, or what is he?
He's a fat. Think Fryer took.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to, with Ina, I'm just going to stroll straight past him as well.
He's sort of going to sputter and, excuse me.
You excuse.
Why? What have you done?
Fine way to treat a morning lord's house, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know about you, Ina. I'm thinking we've got a cleric in our party anyway. Perhaps we could do the burial ourselves.
You have a cleric? Perhaps we can come inside.
Now you've found your voice, I see.
He frequently wanders. Well, very well. Come in. What are you waiting for? As you walk into what could very loosely be described as a church hall, the door is open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall itself is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you can hear a soft voice from within, sort of almost reciting prayer, it sounds.
Okay. Could you reveal a bit of the map, is it?
I have done, haven't
I? Not on mine.
No, I still can only see to the door. Oh, there we go. You have to actually go through the threshold.
Oh. Oh, dynamic lighting, very clever.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be.
Well, it's working.
Right, in the naval line of sight. Does that work?
Oh, I see.
I see.
So we can hear another voice other than Donovan's, correct?
It's actually Donovan's voice as he's walking in. He's reciting a small...
Oh, he's singing to himself.
Yeah, like a small prayer. It doesn't sound like a prayer to a specific deity or god or anything like that. It kind of more sounds like a prayer of, please don't let them find, please don't let them find, please let him shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
So
Oh, hell, my lord.
Looking around, I'm going to sarcastically say to Donovan, I see you've kept the place in good order.
Well, the locals, they throw some very rowdy morning mass.
Really?
Haven't got round to tidying up yet.
Okay.
So, how good is your cleric?
He's good enough.
Oh, jolly good. Will he be attending the funeral?
He will.
Very good, very good.
Why do
And
you
at this
require
point, exactly, you hear something from underneath you, and it just suddenly erupts. Father! I'm starving!
Okay.
Donovan just sort of looks around. Sorry, I haven't eaten yet. Father!
So, Donovan, who's
Right.
that then?
Who's what?
You going to introduce us to your offspring?
No. Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, we're not here to play games. And
Father!
so, are there any other? You said there were 4 doors, didn't you, around the room?
Yeah. As you walk through the main doors of the church, on either side there's 2 doors.
Is there any indication on any clues about shifted dust or like footsteps and stuff like that?
Not from where you are at the moment.
Can I go down and have a look to see if I can see anything like that?
You can go and have a look in the rooms if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay, let's go in this one then first. That's not. Oh, there we go.
Hold on. You open the door into what appears to be the office of the church. There's an old desk and chair which stand against the south wall, and a wooden holy symbol mounted above them. A sunburst 10-foot-long iron rod attached to a north wall stands bare, suggesting that the tapestry may once have hung there. And against the far wall is a wooden cabinet with 4 tall doors.
Okay.
On the desk is also a pull box.
Okay, but there's nothing really to indicate like a lot of usage or.
It just looks like a normal office, no more or less than you'd expect.
Okay.
For a one-man church.
Okay. Can I go into this one?
You can. As you walk into this room, Donovan sort of waddles his way down, and he stands at the door begging you, please, please, no, don't go in there. Not on your own. It's not safe.
What's that? Is that a trapdoor? The padlock?
It is.
Oh.
Where is it? Time and neglect have punched holes in the ceilings of this mouldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. In one corner, set in the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock, and the young man's screams of anguish can be heard through the floor.
I'm just going to turn to... Sorry, go on.
No, sorry, I was just acknowledging it.
I'm just going to turn to Donovan, and as I do so, sparks of electricity are going to start sort of coming from my skin, and my hair's going to start sort of swooshing with static electricity and generally looking as scary as I possibly can. And I'm going to say to him, you need to start telling us what's going on here. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself as a puddle of fat on the floor.
Well, when you put it like that,
In 5 minutes, I'll be calling for a candle maker to come and turn your remains into something more useful than you're currently being.
well, it's a fun way to talk to a man of the church, isn't it?
I'm not
It's the
religious.
least threatening
No,
I've ever heard anyone ever.
He just sort of looks and drops his head. That's my son, Doru. The stupid idiot thought it would be a good idea to go and take arms against Strahd.
Right, and what exactly is the matter with your son?
Well, what do you think happens to anybody who goes against Strahd? Strahd
Right.
didn't like it very much.
Right.
Sent him back as a damn vampire.
So you've locked him in your cellar.
I hoped
Okay.
being in the House of the Morning Lord would have some effect on him.
And has it?
Well, it's only been 2 years. There's still time, I suppose.
Okay, what was the kid's name?
Doru.
Doreen.
Doru.
Doru. Okay, and how old is Doru?
17.
17.
Going on, I'm going to start going into my bag and get one of the t-shirts that I got, like spare sets of clothes, and start stamping it in the water at my feet.
Now, Donovan, listen to me very carefully. I don't have a lot of patience today. I'm not one that's known for kindness or sort of soft moods. Are there any other surprises around this place that you need to tell me about? Because this is your only opportunity to do so.
He sort of looks sort of sorry for himself. There's no other surprises, other than the fact he's a psychotic vampire bent on biting people. But it's okay, because I locked him in the cellar. Hail the Morning Lord.
And I'm assuming that all the claw marks on your door are Strahd's minions.
Oh no, those are the villagers.
Oh, right. The villagers, I assume, don't approve of your son.
No, they didn't really appreciate having a captive pet vampire in the cellar.
No.
To be fair, I don't blame them.
I can hear you.
Right. And what is it that you want our cleric to do?
Well, perhaps we could come to an arrangement that maybe your cleric looks at my son and tries to cure him, and I bury whichever one of you it is that's dead.
Well, you'll be burying our companion, whatever happens. But right, okay.
So you'll do it?
We're still deciding. What's in these other rooms then?
He just sort of looks dismissively over his shoulder and says, bedrooms for myself and Doru. Although Doru's hasn't been used for a while, for obvious reasons.
Do you happen to know what the cure for a vampire is?
Well, I always assumed it was lots of praying.
Not 2 years in a church, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey.
And how's lots of praying worked out for you thus far?
I'm still hopeful.
All right. Okay.
He sends these little tests to try us.
Yes, he certainly does. Okay. Can you show us the churchyard where the burial will take place? And can you tell us what measures you have in place to stop anything happening to the body of our companion?
Yes, I'll take you and show you. As for what measures, I have a 3-foot fence. Will that do?
It's just that I don't really want to see them again once we've buried them.
Oh, well, the dirt normally helps with that.
Yes. Okay.
Doro is very much not Doro. The other one, Donovan, is bordering on insane.
Yes.
He starts trundling you off outside, round the side of the church, to the area that, for some reason, they didn't think to include a map of.
Oh, okay.
Round that way.
Right, okay. Just before we go any further, Donovan, I just want to check your pulse. And I'll just warn you, if you try and bite me, I will turn you inside out. And, with that, she's just going to check that he's actually got a pulse and he's alive.
He sort of mutters to himself, "That's slightly better than being a candle, I suppose." He does have a pulse. He is very much alive.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Donovan. You survived an encounter with Lenka the Drow.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too. Okay, we'll be back in about an hour or so with our companions. If you can make ready for the burial.
It would probably be better to make it closer to nightfall.
Why is that?
Well, it's less likely that the villagers will see me out and about then.
Are
They're still a bit grumpy.
Is your safety at risk?
I have a son that's a vampire. I think safety's sort of gone out the window a little bit.
Right, okay. Okay. Right, so if you just give me a moment to speak to my companion in private.
Yep, no worries.
Okay, Ina, what do you think?
I don't like him.
No, I don't like him either. So we need to go back and let the others know what's going on.
Yeah, we can't let that thing live.
I
anymore.
agree.
I don't think we could do it with ourselves, just the two of us.
No, I was just going to say, I think we might need some help. We could just burn the whole place down.
I'm not a religious person, but I am somewhat superstitious. I can't imagine that would go too well for us.
Well, I'm not religious at all, and it wouldn't be an issue for me, but I'll respect your point of view.
I mean, I don't think that this morning God has much say in this land, judging by the looks of it.
Perhaps
I don't really want to be taking away the one little bastion that some people here might have.
perhaps our cleric might have more of a view on it. So, do you think we should go back and let them know what we've found and bring the Burgermeister here?
Yeah, I think check out the other two rooms to make sure that there's nothing else around.
Yeah. Okay.
And then head back to see if they've had any luck with getting a wagon.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay then. So, Donovan, we just want to check the other two rooms, just to satisfy our curiosity.
He's quite happy to let you mooch. He was truthful, they are just bedrooms. The one that he indicated was Doro's room is quite well kept. Obviously hasn't been slept in for a long time though. The other room that he said was his, the bed isn't made. There's the odd robe on the floor. And it appears that he's used the tapestry as a blanket.
Okay. And just before we leave, I'm going to say to him that any help that your son receives is entirely dependent on your integrity and not letting us down in any regard, and that we'll be back soon with our companions.
I'm a man of the church. How could I be anything less than integral?
I know a few that are paedophiles, so that doesn't really hold any weight. Thank you.
Oh, this went dark.
Sorry, off topic, but it has to be said now while everything's fresh. What's the difference between a priest and Woody from Toy Story?
I dread to think.
Only one of them goes soft when a kid walks in a room.
Oh,
gosh.
that's this ripped off YouTube then.
Demonetized.
I don't get anything monetized because I got enough subscribers.
That's your American Bible Belt followers all deleted.
Yeah. The space of 5 seconds have just been deleted from AbTab, the one-shot group.
You're welcome.
I think I might just have to unlist this episode and say, due to technical difficulties resulting from several bolts of lightning hitting across the country.
Well, that's the beauty of role play. You can say things without any personal comeback.
You say that, but
Obviously,
Although I commend you on what you said to that guy earlier on, Ali.
oh yeah, well, he's just
That was ridiculous. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Obviously, yeah. So, right, okay, we'll leave Donovan to his unholy watch and return to the Burgermeister.
Okay.
I'm going to be back in a second if that's right.
If you want to grab a drink or whatever, we can have a 5-minute break.
Cool.
House rule, you're not allowed to split the party again.
We split into 3. It wasn't just a 2-way.
I don't even know what to do for Weaver.
But mine was the only reason I wanted to stay with the body, apart from being a bit character, was I'd forgotten to update my character sheet because of moving house. So I just used it as
I actually thought I'd done your character.
I thought we did it last time, but we must have
I updated somebody's character.
there was a few bits that needed fine tuning. That was all.
That's it. Lee had a quick look and told me what to do, and then checked it over. So we should be all right.
Okay.
I'm just going to grab a glass of water, and I'll be good.
Yeah, no worries. The wife's wandered off down to the hospital, so we're good for a bit.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if this is the first priest that's got a child locked in his cellar. Steady.
Oh dear.
Suddenly, a bolt of lightning arcs out of the sky and hits Lanka square in the forehead.
It's the benefit of living in a free country. You can actually say what you think.
Unfortunately, the illusion is that it's a free country.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Do I hear someone's printer going?
I think it's Steve's stream on his end.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of if any of you remember it, a dot matrix printer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not matrix printers.
Yeah.
Amstrad, the finest.
Who could ever need more than 64 meg of RAM?
Oh yeah.
So they said.
I think watches have more than that these days.
Yep.
I think my first phone had more than that.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Tell a lie. It was a Nokia 3310. I once run over my Nokia with a lorry and was still able to answer the call 5 minutes later.
They were good for that.
The 8810s, the really tiny things.
Oh, they're horrible.
I used to love that phone. They went through big phases, didn't they? Phones went massively big to like progressively smaller and smaller and smaller until they reached the size of that thing.
Yeah, now they're
back at the upturn of getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And then in like 10 years' time, they'll be tiny again or non-existent because it'll be a chip in your head.
But is it Blade? Not Blade. The new Total Recall where they use them in the hand.
I've not seen that yet. Or I was going to say it's been out about 10 years, but
just save yourself the time.
Oh, is it rubbish?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just no.
Do you find the older you get, the more programs are shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very depressing, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to
be
one
fair,
movie
what I'm
this
finding
year.
is the older I'm getting, the better older shitty shows are.
This is also true. And
Yeah.
the fact that you can't remember things as well. So it's like watching them from new anyway.
I started going back and rewatching Lex.
Oh right, yeah. Gosh.
So it's on Amazon Prime, so I was like, oh wow, I haven't listened to this for donkey's years.
Yeah.
Went back and I'm like, Jesus, this is actually really, really dark.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's like, consider it's like a typical 90s show where you've got things like Star Trek where everything's utopia and wonderful. Then you've got Lex where just everybody's dead, you're all going to die. It's almost like a 40k sort of environment.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that then.
It's very odd. It's not for everybody, but it is good.
I started watching the Frankenstein Chronicles. They're on Netflix, and I picked it out because Sean Bean is the main actor. Who I really
saw
like.
that when it first came out.
Yeah,
I picked up on it because loads of people complained that it was too scary.
Yeah, it is a bit dark, I must admit. Lots of dead children and things, but I was quite enjoying that actually on my night shift. Past a few hours.
I haven't had a chance to watch anything, to be fair. I'm that far behind with my unique stuff. I've just not been watching anything. I'm supposed to be doing my assignment. It's due in on the Thursday, and I've got one question done, and I've got another 2,000 words to write.
Oh, blimey.
And I've got a game almost every single night this week, so that's going to be fun.
Oh, crikey.
Planned that one well, didn't I?
Busy, yeah. Your wife definitely needs to keep her legs crossed then.
Yeah, she currently hates me for the amount of D&D games I've got this week.
Yeah,
I dropped another. I've got a game on Thursday.
I'll try not to have more than 2 or 3.
3 is the absolute most. I didn't really want that many.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to play the Call of Cthulhu game.
Yes.
Right. Are we all back now?
Yep.
Right.
Well, I don't know if Craig's back yet.
That's all right. We can go back to the thing anyway. Oh, we were together through the other bit. I can relay.
Yeah.
You should all be back on the main screen now.
Yep.
Ollie and Lenka, you've agreed to sort of deal with the Burgermeister. If you look up at the top of the map, just above the church, you can actually see the graveyard.
Yes, I saw that earlier.
Why they don't actually give you a map for it, I don't know.
Laziness.
Well, I'm assuming the fact there's no map indicates we're not going to get jumped by anything unpleasant. So that's always that's always quite nice.
It might not be nice if we do it his way and do it at nightfall, though.
Yeah, I'm not convinced on that idea.
Although he does want to see the cleric. We'll have words.
Yeah, I'm not. He doesn't hold
I
the
too want
authority
to
of
see the
others.
cleric.
Huh?
I too want to see the cleric. With this talking of biting and stuff around, I wish to talk to the cleric about his knowledge.
Okay.
But you don't know that.
The biting, we know of the sister.
Oh, yeah, you know of it from the sister.
So if Ina and I head back to the Burgermeister's mansion and meet up with Weaver, and we'll wait for Theodek. Sorry, it's the other way around, isn't it?
No,
Theodek and his marker at the...
Sorry, yeah, we'll go back and meet Weaver, and we'll wait for Theodek to come back with a cart.
As you sort of get down the main concourse, you can see these two, Theodek and Ismark, desperately trying to pull this old rusted cart down the path.
Theodek. Well met. Is this the best you could find?
unfortunately, for the money that we have.
Hello.
Okay. Well, it's better than nothing, and we don't want to draw ourselves attention. Ismark with him as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Ismark's with him trying to pull.
Can I just ask Ismark how well respected his father was?
He
Being the Burgermeister.
wasn't the most liked of people.
He wasn't.
No. He... but then again, he was the Burgermeister. It's his job to raise the funds to pay Strahd. So,
But this is what I was thinking. Are the town wanting to see some kind of civic ceremony to see off the Burgermeister and welcome the new Burgermeister in, and
he sort of laughs. I doubt that very much. We just sort of get on with things.
It doesn't. I don't get the impression that you're treated with very much respect, given your office.
No, and that's how things have always been and how they'll always be. I have no real intention or want to become the Burgermeister. My only real goal is to make sure that Arena is safe.
Fair enough.
I'm sure there's somebody better qualified to take over this town.
Maybe. Okay, so we'll just make our way back to the mansion then.
As you get about another 15 feet down the road, from like the centre crossroad, you start to hear the faint sound of weeping coming from one of the buildings. As you get a bit closer towards it, as you get closer towards this building here, the weeping is definitely coming from inside.
Okay. Is it male or female weeping?
It sounds like a woman's weeping.
Oh, they do that a lot. We just ignore it.
You can hear that a moaning sob floats to the still grey streets, colouring your thoughts with sadness. The sound flows from a dark two-storey townhouse.
Wow. So, is Mark who lives there?
I believe that's Mary's house.
Mary?
Yes.
And who is Mary?
Just a villager. Husband was killed a few years ago for opposing Strahd, and she looks after her daughter Gertrude, but I haven't seen her for a while.
Any idea why she might be crying?
He shrugs.
Well, you're the Burgermeister. Do you think you want to go and find out?
He shrugs again. She's a woman. They cry.
Good answer.
I think it's best we press on. This cart isn't going anywhere very fast.
I agree. We've already got one thing to sort out first, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes, let's get this burial over and done with. I'd rather not wait until nightfall. It's not the best idea, as people have been saying.
Yeah, I think for now we'll ignore the crying and carry on to the mansion.
Okay. The rest of the journey passes uneventfully. I assume you don't want to go and check in any of the other buildings. You just want to make your way straight back to the mansion.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes you about an hour to get back. It's quite hard to push this cart on your own. Mainly because it's heading uphill.
Okay.
But you get back uneventfully.
Cool. So I'm going to talk to Theodek about everything that we found at the church and relay our concerns about the priest and tell everybody about the son that's locked in the cellar and how the priest is hoping that Weaver can somehow cure his son, and the fact that he doesn't want us to return until just before nightfall, and get everyone else's opinions on it.
I will continually moan about this cart costing 10 gold pieces for the day.
Well, we'll teach you how to haggle properly when we've got a bit of spare time later on.
My haggling is normally hammer to face. Unfortunately, this one had backup this time.
Oh.
That was really weird.
Yeah, did you get a load of echoing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I thought it was somebody like listening through speakers. Apparently not.
It's cleared up now.
Up now. So, Weaver, what do you make of the situation?
Well, I think it's best if I speak to this priest rather than charging in. Firstly, I don't think we should wait for nightfall, as Strahd is known to visit at nightfall.
No, I agree.
Secondly, he does not seem like a proper servant of the Morning Lord, and I shall put that to him. And thirdly, there is no known cure for vampirism. We just have to make him see our way.
Well, Ina and I were in agreement that we're quite happy to slaughter them.
Maybe a little strong. I still am a man of the church.
On the subject of vampires, Being a cleric, do you know how to get rid of such a curse?
There is no way. If you are fully transformed, that is it. You are
Then
transformed.
Do you
I
know
would
how?
advise not to get bit.
Do you know how to kill them once they are transformed?
Would I know, Ash? Is it just a standard
nature
kill them
roll.
like normal?
Give me a nature roll. Nature survival.
Survival.
Ah,
Boom.
Damn.
Excellent.
yes. Beheading, stake through the heart, that sort of thing.
Most of the
Well,
stories you hear are true. A simple decapitation or wood
answer.
straight through the heart.
Garlic pizza.
What is pizza?
Pizza meal.
You would also know that herbs have no effect.
The old wives' tales are the ones to watch out for, but the more
I don't
grisly
know. I've
and
never had an old wife.
well, stick to decapitation or
There's
full
one up the road available.
on.
You would vaguely know something about vampires not liking running water.
Oh, that's old kingdom stuff. That is.
Yeah,
How
that sort of thing.
They do not like to cross running water, although very shallow running water can be circumvented.
Enid's got a thing about keeping them wet, or is that for them bursting on fire?
That's for the bursting on fire.
I would suggest definitely getting going whilst it is still light.
Does fire work if we burn the church down?
If it was, I wouldn't recommend burning a house of the Lord, but fire to destroy a body completely would work. It can't come back if it's not there.
Very good.
Right. Shall we set off for the church then, and then maybe you can have a chat with the priest and.
I will definitely have a chat with this priest. I have a few things to say to him. He's supposed to be a man of God. But I would advise you, if at all possible, please don't burn the church down.
Okay.
Are you going to leave with the body?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got Ismark. All right. I can't say the girl's name.
Irina.
Ismark, Arena, the Burgermeister's body, and the four of us off to the church.
Okay. Arena sort of stomps her feet and says, finally. It's about, you imagine, about midday by this point. It takes a while to get the body ready to move and get it down into the actual cart. By the time you set off, it's about midday. It's slightly less grey outside.
Oh. I'm going to have to put some suntan lotion on soon, being a drow, if it gets any brighter.
His master looks at you and this is practically bright. Anyway, you make your way through the town. It doesn't take very long to get back down this road, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes at most. It's mainly just a case of push it and keep up with it. You see a few people twitch their curtains, wondering what's going on, but nobody really comes out, says or does anything. As you pass the same house, you can still hear the sobbing inside. You almost think you hear a name sobbed, but you go past too quickly to notice anything. Get to the centre of the town. A few of the Vistani come outside of the church to pay their respects, bow their heads. But again, nobody really says or does anything. Eventually, you make your way to the church, where Donovan sort of greets you with a bemused look on his face of, you're early.
No, we arrived exactly when we meant to.
Yes, I paid good money for this bloody cart. Let's get this over with.
Yes.
You are Donovan, I believe.
Yes. And who are you?
I
What are you?
I am Weaver, a turtle from the northern reaches of the giant mountains, and I am a servant of the Morning Lord himself.
Oh. Hello, brother. Hail the Morning Lord.
Brother would be right, but from what I hear, you have not been very true to your vows. Now, you know that the Morning Lord... known... I've lost the fucking sheet. I was going to be all cool and everything. Well, the Morning Lord, anyway, does ask his flock to follow the common good and extend the courtesy to others, and to never let hope fade away. Which
He
I
sort of looks
admire.
confused at you. And,
I admire this. You haven't let your hope fade away. Your son is still in the cellar. However, the main teaching of our Morning Lord is to be a foe of all undead. The Morning Lord wishes our actions to deliver the punishment that evildoers will inevitably receive either way.
he sort of looks at you a bit confused. But he's not dead. He's in the cellar. Father!
He is not alive. He was alive. There is no cure. I don't know why I've gone Russian. there is no cure for vampirism, and as such, he is now an evildoer. Our teachings themselves tell us to end his despair.
You can sort of see Donovan sort of twitching a little bit with like, the confusion and the paradox in his head. But we don't give up hope. But
I do agree. Our main teachings are to not let hope fade away, and that there is good in all evil. Yet the main staple of Morning Lord is that all who are transformed will receive the punishment that any evildoer would themselves create.
If it makes you happy, I can name my warhammer Hope, and I can rid you of this evil.
Now, I suggest you allow us to get on with this, as horrible as it may be, and give him the proper rights to move on, rather than giving him false hope and yourself for all the rest of your days.
he sort of drops to his knees and starts crying. He's gone, isn't he?
I'm afraid so. He is not who he was. He will never be who he was. And as hard as it is to accept that, you cannot carry on with this way.
The key is on the side. Do what you must.
I think it may be best for yourself if you wait up here. We will make it as pain-free as possible, but you need to remember he is not your son, and he will not. Your son is not in any pain.
Sorry to interrupt, but we have one dead body to deal with first. I don't think we need to start creating more.
I know, but I don't see this guy being in the right. I don't know. Would it be better burying our guy first or after his son's dead?
I would prefer if he buried one before he buried another.
I think we should get rid of the Burgomaster first, just in case we have to deal with the priest as well as the son.
That's fair. Would you carry out the burial as agreed with my party here, and then we can see that your son gets moved on in the correct way?
He sort of stares blankly and just, yes, of course. You can see he's sort of broken his mind. He's not fully there. He's just a shell, basically. The last hope he was clinging on to was that his son could be saved.
I am sorry, brother. This is the way that we follow. We all make sacrifices.
He sort of slowly leads you around the side of the church to the graveyard. The plot hasn't yet been dug, as he wasn't expecting you until much later. He hasn't been able to start it yet, so it takes a few hours to dig the hole fully.
I could rage dig if that helps.
You just hit it with your wall.
Rage dig.
I mean, it would be more like a dog digging, but I could make a hole very quickly.
Roll to hit the ground.
I could do that. It would be
Lunacy, that's what it would be.
Let's just agree that it took you a few hours to dig the hole.
Yeah.
Before this descends in the more weirdness. The Dungeon Master's Guide covers you lot. But yeah, it takes a few hours. It gets to like late afternoon, almost evening, but not quite. You, the priest briefly goes through the motions, just like he's reciting it, what he's done 1,000 times before. We commit this body to Mother Night in the hope that the morning Lord will take its soul and deliver him from these lands to happier places. And he sort of does the shape of a moon, sun rising. And he looks at you, Weaver, and says, "Would you like to say anything?"
May Lathander, say I found his name, Lathander receive your body and your soul, and all will be well. And he sort of makes a sort of symbol over the coffin.
Arena looks at you and says, "Thank you. He can rest in peace. If only we all could have such a fate." And that is the Burgermeister buried.
And Arena is content now to come with us and whatever.
Yeah, she's content to come with you when needed.
Okay, good.
So, about this guy downstairs, I think I'll make sure that Ismark and Arena are okay while you go and deal with him.
What is so Theodek? What's the best? No, sort of Weaver even. Best way to deal with this kiddie.
Unfortunately, he's very unlikely to have any semblance of his former self. He may as well, with you saying he was hungry earlier, he may just charge straight at us. I would say to go down prepared to defend yourself. And ultimately, we need to end him.
Being a cleric, does silver work?
Not on vampires.
Not on vampires, only on lycanthropes in Barovia.
There's quite a lot of water in the room. Could you bless some of it, and maybe we can use that as a weapon?
That's a better idea. I like that idea.
I can bless it, but Mr. GM has to approve it. I don't know how weaponized it would be. Maybe slightly resistant or something, I'm not sure.
I can just imagine us scooping us water in it, trickling out our hands by the time
Okay, I've got a plan.
Do any of you have any glass vials?
I think I do, actually.
I have a healing potion I could drink and then use that glass vial.
I'm just going to say
That
to
would be a
Donovan,
very useful healing potion.
I have a herbalist kit that has vials in it.
I'm just going to say to Donovan, if he wants to go into the chapel and start saying a few last prayers for his son, for his journey to the afterlife is going to be commencing quite soon, just so he's out of earshot while we discuss how to deal with this.
Yeah.
Just you go away while we kill your son.
Yeah, I do have a few glass vials.
So now he's out
Right.
the way.
If you hold on, just a sec. If you want to bless some holy water, treat it like a grenade. Small glass vial, like 1d4 fire damage.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
What? So what I'm thinking is,
Hey, I'm getting good at this.
we get the priest, cover him in water, throw him down the hole, while his son is feasting on his dad. We can then kill him while he's occupied.
Wow.
Whoa! Fucking whoa!
Ash, if you type holy water into your compendium, it will bring something up for you.
I'm just thinking we might get some kind of advantage if the sun is busy feeding. And
Yes,
if we
but
cover,
sacrificing his own father is not.
and if we
probably
cover the priest in holy water, then that'll
Ah.
give him an extra punch.
Yeah, that works better, Lee. Use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to use the glass vials, it's 2d6 damage, radiant damage.
Well, I believe, I'm not sure how right I am, I think I have 3 vials.
Okay, so you can have 3 of those then.
Okay. In that case, I will bless them and give them out to, obviously, you 3. And I will just sort of...
Is there a way of sharing this so you lot can see it?
You can make it a handout.
How do we do
that? Could you copy and paste it into a new handout and then?
Actually, does this work?
I've got an idea.
Normally, if you like click and drag it, as if you're.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll do.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can you just type it into your character sheet?
I just dragged it to my character sheet.
Yeah, do that then.
So if you 3 do that, because I'll give each of you 1.
So that's 1 for Thodek, 1 for whoever. Actually, would I have proficiency in it? It says that would, being a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
I don't quite agree with killing the father. He's merely a broken man, and hopefully he can serve the town once he's sort of moved on from this.
Yes, let the man grieve.
Well,
but that's just my opinion.
What we're going to do with him, because what I don't want is for him to get in the way.
Ismark, are you able to?
He needs to be restrained, or at least put somewhere else.
That I do agree with.
He's sort of looking. He's just rocking backwards and forwards. He's completely broken.
Yeah. In my experience, mad people are quite unpredictable.
I'll tell you what, we've got the key for the chain on the trap door. Can we not chain the door shut somehow? Or put the padlock on the door so that we're locked in?
Yeah.
Either that or I could spend a javelin and jam the door.
You want to lock us in with a vampire?
We're going in there anyway.
Good point.
It saves anybody else joining us.
Or we could lock him in another room, the dad.
I think that's a better idea. Lock him in one of the bedrooms.
Yeah. We'll sort of take him to his room and, sort of console him a little bit, get him to say his prayers, and sort of lock the door with the key. And
just tell him when our work is done, he can have the body to do with what he wants.
Yeah.
Unless we burn it.
It's best to get rid of all the remains, I believe.
Dependent upon how he's killed, he cannot come back, but only if it is necessary, we can do, yes.
Right, so we haven't got enough water to flood this area before we go in there or anything like that, have we?
No, unless we have create water.
I think even that's only like...
a gallon, 4 gallons, I believe it is.
Something like that, 4 or 5 gallons, isn't it?
No, I don't have that, unfortunately.
I think the holy water is the best we're getting at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go first, Weaver, chanting religious stuff, will that keep him away from you, do you think? Will it give us enough room to be able to enter the area without getting jumped on?
I can make a path if need be.
If you can back him into the corner, then we can jump him.
I will cast Shield of Faith on myself and be saying a prayer as I go down.
Okay.
I've got a couple of things I can cast. I've got Mage Armor I can cast on someone, and I can cast Shield as a reaction.
Who is going to go down first?
I will, saying a prayer.
Is that Weaver, isn't it?
Yes.
Cool.
And Thodek is second.
Plus,
because Thodek is going to bite his lip. and flare up his anger.
Who's next?
That puts my armor at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
I'll go third.
Cool. Is Ina coming down as well?
No.
Hello.
Ah,
Okay, you're sort of out there with Donovan then.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm just coming down in a second.
Be there in a minute, guys. Right.
Just tying up my shoe.
Can I just ask, is there going to be light down here?
No, it's dark down there.
I will cast my light cantrip on my shield while I'm at it then.
okay. I've got dark vision, so I don't mind.
The church's undercroft has rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay and earth. Rotting wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. Faint candle lights, one or two around the wall above in the room above, slips down through the cracks, allowing you to glimpse a gaunt shape in the far corner.
Cool.
His name's Doro, by the way.
Doro. I will. Where's my
You
thing?
would like to roll initiative?
Yes.
Very much so. Yes.
I believe in you guys. You can do this.
Yes, the rage has become...
I've got an additional 2 to that score because of my class trait of
Why is it
tactical
not
wit.
added Doro?
Mine's 14.
Excuse me.
have you clicked the token for said person?
No, apparently not. I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. There we go. Right.
I would like to reiterate the don't get bitten thing.
Uh-huh.
Who are we missing? We've Lenka, have you done yours?
Yeah, I should be 14. I can't add my additional 2 to my character sheet. I don't know why. I've got tactical wit, which is a class trait of the war wizard.
You can put it in initiative, can't you?
If you click your... Yeah, you can change it on the initiative order as well.
Well, I don't know. I've got 14 anyway.
Okay, I'll add your turn. Hold on.
Do you know what? I'm picking my new PC chair up tomorrow, and this bastard dining room chair, I've got no arse.
Right, there we go. As you come down the stairs, it's very, very faintly lit. You can just about make out in the far corner the shape of like a gaunt character. Think of Smeagol from from Lord of the Rings. Father, you've brought me food.
Hi, my name's Hope.
Right, Thurek, you're up.
Bonus action, bite lip. Go into frenzy... No, not frenzy rage. I'm not a frenzy barbarian. Bite lip, turn into rage monster. Jump over Weaver. Big turtle's in the way. Damn. Very bad speed.
That would be, if you're jumping over him, that would be your action.
I should be able
You'd have to give a dexterity check because you're on a single file set of stairs going down.
I can jump 15 feet. Due to my strength score.
Okay.
But yeah, if it's going to take an action, I'll leapfrog the turtle.
Now give him a little boost.
Ninja Turtles.
So yeah, I'll leapfrog the turtle.
Okay.
And that would cost 10 of my movement, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'll move the final 15 and bare my teeth at him and shout in Dwarvish, "Come here, you slimy fucker, I want to kill you."
Okay, hell.
Weaver.
Weaver is going to maneuver to. He's going to sort of walk this way, chanting all the while.
Oh, good.
Oh, thanks. He's doing his little chant, and he's going to cast Inflict Wounds.
It's a touch spell, by the way.
Oh, nice. Except it is a touch spell.
What? Well, that's what I get for not reading. In that case, I'll cast.
You can change something else.
Come on, sorry.
You can do something else.
I will. What's the other one I've got? Toll the Dead. That's the one.
Oh, Christ. DC 13.
Yes.
Oh wow, he fails.
I believe it's the first number. If he is undamaged.
Yes, 1d8.
Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it's a 1d12.
So 3 damage necrotic.
Nice. First blood.
And that ends my turn. I just moved my spell slots.
It screams out in pain. Lenka?
I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level 2,
Ooh, very nice.
if I may.
Yep.
So it's an auto hit and 4d4 plus 4 should be.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't plumbed it in the thing, so I'm going to do it manually. Let me just 1 second.
On these sheets, how would you select to cast a spell at a higher level?
Should give you an option when you click on the spell.
Yeah, it should pop up. If it doesn't, if you've had to enter it manually, click on the cog and it gives you the option to tick a box, I think, that lets you cast it at higher levels.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bit crap, isn't it? 11.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Doris just gets dumped in the chest with 4 of these magic missiles.
Yes.
Is it? It's not a specific damage type, is it? Magic missiles.
Let me tell you. Force damage, apparently.
Okay.
Am I supposed to have a mod on my damage that I did with that spell, by the way?
No, that's a separate thing, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do anything else, Ollie?
No, I'm happy on the stairs for a minute.
Okay. Doro just sort of he twitches his neck around, and then he just lunges straight forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, straight at you, Weaver.
Oh, yeah.
And he is going to. He's going to hit you with his claws first. What's your. Oh, your armor class is like 17, isn't it?
23.
He tries to smack your claw, the back of your shell, but he just sort of like hitting rock. It doesn't really get him anywhere.
Yeah.
He's also going to try and bite you around the neck. Oh.
Ooh.
Ain't gone. I think I can do something about this.
Haven't you got a weird thing that mitigates damage or something?
I'm going to withdraw into my shell.
Is that a reaction, is it?
I have no idea, but I know that I can do it.
I thought you could only do that
Where
on your...
is it? You can... No, it's an action.
I can do it on your turn then.
Son of a bitch. The only action you can take is a bonus action. I've got... What do you say? I've got something somewhere.
Oh, ow. That's quite painful, that is. Your hit points are reduced by 13.
What?
Yeah.
and you take 8 points of damage.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to click that. Sanctuary.
So your actual maximum hit point is reduced by 13.
My maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And he takes that 13 damage as well.
Yeah, and he restores that 13 damage.
So you take a total of 21, I believe. Or
Yeah.
22.
Told you we should have used the dad as bait.
So what? Wait. How much damage am I taking here?
You take 21.
Shit. Right.
And then your max hit points goes down by 13 until the end of a long rest, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm down to fuck.
Before it goes to Thodek's turn again, I'm going to come in and kind of just open up the hatch and shout through, "How's it going down there?"
It's just a flesh wound.
Oh fuck.
And at this time, you can just hear dwarvish swearing.
He's gained a load of health points, hasn't he?
He's just regained 13 health points, so whatever you just did to him, Ollie just didn't really do anything. I really should have read the action before I read that.
That was horrible.
That's all right. It's part of the game.
True.
There is supposed to be 4 of you doing this.
It's only horrible because it's a crit hit.
Yes, that's true. It took me down to 3.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm a healer. I can take it.
The stupid thing was, it was a double crit as well, so even if I rolled disadvantage, it would have still been a crit.
That was
Yeah.
Right, that's Doro's turn done.
Fuck me. The target dies if it's reduced to 0 by that bite.
Yep.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's a vampire bite.
Fucking, I'm coming back to the vampire then.
Now, I don't want to be the one who shits you on your parade. Right, you're down to 3 hit points, right?
Yeah.
He rolled 2 nat 1s for the damage.
Wow.
Oh, for the crit damage, yeah.
Jesus.
He
Well,
rolled 3 nat 1s for the damage.
Yeah.
it is what it is. How? Fuck you. I thought, oh yeah, 23 defense here. He's not going to even touch me.
The crit.
Double crit.
Okay.
Double crit.
All right, Thodek, you're up.
Yep.
Yep. Just checking something on my rage. I believe I need to attack this turn or I lose it.
Yes.
So I will charge forth and hit thee with thy mighty hammer.
Go for it.
15
15 to hit.
Yeah, I'm just clicking on my sheet. Nat 1.
You sort of swing and just your maul smacks off the back of Weaver's shell.
Cheers.
Sorry.
Gosh.
You all look the same when I'm angry.
There's a red mist.
Did you want to do anything else?
Um,
Throw something at Lenka, maybe?
that would be very effective. I can't do anything else. It's a very boring class to have no.
You can throw something as a bonus action, can't you?
I don't know.
Depends what whether you're throwing it at a target, because then you need to roll to hit, wouldn't you?
Let me rephrase that. You can throw something as a bonus action.
Okay, as in holy hand grenade, possibly.
Of Antioch, yes.
Okay. Throw said hand grenade. Damn. 14. Still not doing so good.
Advantage because he's sort of grappled, his mouth's around Weaver's neck. So you can have that with advantage.
Okay.
Because he's not going to move anywhere.
Okay, so if I click this, that's 17 damage. Because of crit.
Very good. Maths is hard.
You can just type in -17, enter, can't you?
No, because it's it doesn't work like that.
Is it only for characters that works?
No, it does work, but he's got a weakness to radiant damage.
Oh.
So it does double.
So that's
a lot.
34.
Yeah.
34.
He sort of screams out in absolute agony. So he lets go of Weave and starts trying to brush it off his arms. I realise you can't actually see me while I'm doing this, but I'm just moving my arms. It's just occurred to me. He's trying to rub it off his arms. He sort of stumbles back a little bit, screaming in absolute agony.
And then I scream at him angrily to match his screaming.
Okay. Weaver, you're up.
Weaver is going to... Oh, I can class it at different levels. Whee!
What did you do?
Your wounds.
I cured my wounds. 1d8 plus 3. So does that...
Don't forget your maximum hit points were reduced by whatever it was. So you can only heal up to whatever your new maximum is.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
You can't regain everything you've lost because
if you'll allow it, then I'll cast that back at the standard level.
Yeah.
Why is that? What makes that be the higher level? It's still 1d8 plus 3.
It's just rolling a second d8 if you've done it at a second level.
Oh, right. All right, so it's a 5 and a 9. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Ew.
So your actual first level was the 9.
Cool. Oh.
It's just a very weird way it does it on these sheets.
That's complicated, isn't it? So
That's
it's 9 plus the 5.
But yeah. I don't have holy water, so I'm just going to retreat a little bit.
I thought, who had the other holy water?
I gave it to one of the guys upstairs.
I've got one.
That was clever.
I've got one.
Yeah, and I've got one.
Yeah.
Fantastic planning there, guys.
Well, I didn't know Craig was going to not come with us.
But to be fair, I did say I think you guys should deal with it when I console. Make sure everyone else is
policy.
I did kind of forewarn it.
Life as well. 2 restore hit points. The creature regains an additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. Oh, okay. No use, but anyway. Then I'm just going to retreat a little bit, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
If you move out of combat, you'll have an attack of opportunity against you, though.
He would, but Doro's still sort of batting off this arm. He doesn't really notice.
Fair enough.
Woohoo!
And he's also still in combat with Thodek as well. Ollie, you're up.
Well, I had every intention of throwing some holy water as well, and that's exactly what I shall do.
Very good.
There we go.
There we go. So that's he lets out another blood-curdling scream. So he's clawing at his face, trying to get this off. He's sort of smoking a little bit as well. Like all the classic vampire things.
Smell of napalm in the morning.
Yeah, that one. he backs himself right up against the wall, trying to get away from you. Did you want to do anything else? Move any closer?
No, I'm a little bit cautious. So I'm going to stick to ranged attacks for the moment.
Okay. Doro sort of just one big long scratch down his face to try and claw off this water. And he just glares at you, Thodek. And he is going to use his spider climb. And he's going to run up the back of the wall along the ceiling to move. To try and move away from you and go there.
Okay.
With his attempt to escape.
Do I get to swing?
You could try and get a swing of opportunity at him as he's leaving.
How high is the ceiling that he's on?
I believe it's 7 feet high, is it?
Cool.
I thought it'd be that hot. Yeah, it's going to be quite low because it's a cellar, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like a normal cellar.
Yeah, I could reach that. Being 5 foot with a wall hammer.
You'd hit him on the wall as he was trying to leave.
5 damage. I rolled on that one.
Nice. Okay. He is not going to do anything else for now. He's going to try and escape. So third deck is back up to you.
Can I roll an initiative to see if I can where I would come now? It's a new.
Yeah, go for it.
21. You know you want to.
Basically, the next time I come down, I jump down the stairs and it's like, I've got the holy water. Oh shit!
Just greeted with this vampire in your face. You get that much excitement, you push Lenka down the stairs.
Right. No, that's going to be useless. I'm going to use the good old useful tactics. I'm going to run up behind it, swearing in Dwarvish still.
Swing madly at the ceiling.
And swing madly at the ceiling to try and squash the bug. And shout to my fellow companions not to let it leave. And I'll roll really badly. I was too concentrated on the shouting.
You take a chunk out of the floor above you.
God damn it. That is all.
Weaver.
Weaver is going to go here and attempt to sort of spear him with his quarterstaff. As a sort of stakey sort of idea. I'm not sure how that works.
It
Probably
doesn't.
not very well.
It's a good idea, but it doesn't work. You sort of miss again and bounce off the ceiling. He's quite nimble. He manages to dodge to the side.
That's it for my turn.
Little bugger.
Lenka.
Okay. Well, I've done water, so now I'm going to try fire. Fire a fireball at him.
Okay.
Let me fix it again. Oh, there we go. Oh.
That
Okay.
hits for 7 points of damage.
Okay. And I'm a little bit anxious that he's coming towards me. So I'm going to back up the stairs a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to come just outside the room where Ina is and shout to Ina, use the holy water. It works a treat.
Okay.
Told you we should have locked the door.
We're going to in a minute.
Ina, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to jump down to there then.
Okay.
You've shrunk.
Become a full-size dwarf.
Yay! Gonna push you in the wall.
I'm just lingering in the room above.
Is Lenka going down or down the steps, or am I going down the steps?
You're going down the steps. Lenka's come back into the room. You sort of swap places.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hi, I've got the holy water. Oh shit. I guess I'll throw it.
Don't let it escape.
Fuck, I literally just shifted. Fuck you.
Sound effects.
Just give me 2 seconds. I've got to check this now.
Oh my god. I've got
Vampire bark Do you not have a proficiency with range weapons?
Oh, that was horrible.
I do. So that would have been an 18 then. It's because I was looking at my crossbow stats.
Yeah,
That's and I'm not proficient with the crossbow.
yeah, that's fair enough.
So yeah, I just did the same one for that.
You're not proficient with a crossbow?
Hi.
Not a heavy crossbow, no.
My
Oh.
God.
I thought it was
My
martial.
earphones were far too loud for that dog then.
Sorry.
So that was horrid. I just, oh my God.
Couldn't have tried that any better.
I'm fucking shaking like a knob. Proper jumps and everything. My God. Put some music on you.
She literally just went absolute ape shit at the door, ran at the front door, and nobody took it off its hinges. I don't know what the hell was going on. Nothing out there.
Waiting attention.
For some reason, I envisioned the vampire barking.
Roll of an 18 for the to throw the water.
That definitely hits.
What was the damage? It was 2d6 plus.
Yeah.
Speaking of noise, have we got background music, Craig?
No, not for this. I couldn't be asked to set it up.
Just straight 2d6, yeah.
Yeah, 2d6.
Roll.
You sort of make him a bit damp. However, he is looking very worse for wear, and he sort of loses his grip on the ceiling and falls to the floor. He's sort of clutching his arm, trying to scrape off this water that's been thrown at it. He glares at you, Ian, and now that you're in the room, he's going to try and get past and come towards the exit. He is going to.
Does Theodec and Thingy get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, they would do.
Yeah.
He's not the smartest at all.
No.
Thank
How
you for
does an
reminding me.
attack of opportunity work?
Just do another attack on him. Another
Yeah.
melee attack. Is he? Yeah.
Weaver, you managed to smack him one for 4 points of damage. He's looking very, very much worse for wear as it is now, but he is still standing. He's going to claw at you. You can tell he's completely insane. He's just desperate to try and get out and get back to somewhere.
Could say he's feral.
Yeah. Is somebody giving birth?
No,
Is your wife back?
Yeah.
She's at hospital.
that's my little brother. Unfortunately, he's
What's he having, a girl or a boy?
he's rather loud at this time of night, even though he should be asleep. So I might go and knock him out in a minute.
Wrong choice of words, but all right.
I love it. Did you get that, child line?
What's your armor class, Ina?
Apparently it's a 17, but I don't think that's right. Let me just. I think because
Have you got a shield or something?
no, I'm only in leather armor. That's why I don't think it's right.
Leather is 11 plus dex, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that new high tensile leather.
Yeah. Just
What, latex?
Yeah.
Dragonhide.
Around Summer's range, it's very
That's the 12.
resilient.
Yeah.
Plus 2 bonus to charisma.
No, I've only got a 14, so it still misses. But yeah, it's because I've got studded leather, which is 12 plus dex modifier.
Okay. So yeah, he
Don't
lashes out with his claws, but he misses completely. He's still trying to scrape off this like burning water, so he's not going to try and bite. He's just desperate to try and get out. Thodic.
I am going to squeeze past the turtle to get up the said stairs.
Again.
Yes.
Squeezing out a turtle.
Annoyingly, I wish to keep it in the basement. So I'll try and splat the dead thing.
Okay.
Attempt to, anyway.
Mhm.
Okay, very good attempt.
Nice.
I actually hit something, guys. I'm useful. Wow.
Ooh.
12 to
Describe how
splat.
you're going to take this guy's head off.
Very much raging, shouting in Dwarvish. And then as soon as I get behind him, it's kind of a massive swing like a baseball player. Trying to catch his head in between my warhammer and the wall.
Just before he managed to splat his head against the side of the wall, he manages to let out a scream of, "Father!" And you have successfully defeated Dora.
I helped.
Hurrah!
I'm not going to do the online gamer thing of teabagging him because I killed him, because that would be very wrong.
I would say it would be even more wrong because his head's a bit like mush.
Well,
Yeah,
just gotta
it'd be a bit gross.
We're supposed to be giving the body back to the dad.
it's just gotta help that when you're going down, that he doesn't have a nervous twitch and clamp his mouth shut.
Oh.
Imagine having to explain how you got bitten by a vampire.
And equally castrated at the same time.
I wish to speak to the father, actually.
Not the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit.
No, this Dorian. Is he called Dorian?
Donovich. The priest is
Donovan.
Donovich.
That's it.
Dolu and Donovan.
Donovich, whatever. Priest dude.
Boop.
Yeah. Done a big one.
I will, because we said we would, I would slowly carry the body up. Headless, unfortunately, but...
That's a lovely present. Using cat stand.
I'll just follow him behind, like grabbing bits of red mush.
Ah.
I will, when we get to the top, token, behave yourself.
Can I ask this guy who he's been feeding his son with?
He sort of looks up at you. So I haven't. I couldn't bring myself to feed him. I hoped that if I'd starved him long enough, he just wouldn't want it anymore.
Can I see if he's telling the truth with that?
He is.
He is.
Yeah, he is telling the truth.
Then I shall
That's
not
why
smite him.
There's no frenzy to get out. He's not been fed in 2 years.
But, Father, as much as it kills me to say this, unfortunately, we couldn't save him. But, as promised, these are his remains.
He just sort of looks over you and
Hand him a jar.
his eye sort of twitches. Okay.
May he be at rest now. The curse is gone.
Good
Well,
news, we've cured him.
Thank you
Gosh.
for
Bad
your
news, he died.
help. I think I need a minute.
Take as long as you need, Father.
He just faints on the floor.
I'll drag him and put him like on his bed, and then I think we should leave.
Splash him with holy water. That seems to work the trick on everybody.
I think I've got no vials left. You've all smashed them.
Oh yeah. About that, we'll buy some more vials one day. Actually, we know a merchant now.
I might go see this merchant. What did you say the merchant sells?
Everything in the adventures gear.
So
I don't know what that is.
mundane items, I believe.
Yeah.
Um,
He's probably
and I
got
believe
some glass
vials-
vials if you want to.
5E mundane items.
We need to go back to him anyway. I have, unfortunately, a cart to return.
Yeah, so I'd like to see if he provides a service I'm interested in.
It depends on your service, but actually, never mind.
Ismark sort of comes in from the outside. Are you done yet? It's almost dark.
Let's be off. We need to return this cart, as you know, Ismark, and then hunker down for the night.
Will the is the priest just asked Donovan quickly? Are you going to be all right tonight? Obviously, you've been having problems with Strahd's minions.
Who are you asking, sorry?
You've had a bit of a shock. Are you going to be all right tonight on your own?
Priest, he's unconscious.
Oh, sorry.
He
In
fainted.
that case, fuck him.
The priest fainted when you showed him the decapitated head of his son.
Oh, that's all right then. We'll just
I
roll him.
didn't show him the head. I showed him the body.
Okay, you showed him like the fact that his son was missing his head.
It was
And
covered
now every time
over.
he goes down in the cellar to get a prayer book, he's going to be reminded of the smear on the side of his wall that was his son.
Oh no, it's
He
much
wasn't
worse.
missing it. His
The
head
body-
it just wasn't attached.
The body is now in the middle of the chapel.
Better make sure the place is secure tonight. We don't want to have to come back and deal with an undead priest tomorrow.
Let's. I can spare a javelin to lock the door.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave the church, but we'll
How are
make
you
sure.
going to lock the church from the inside?
From the out.
How's he going to get out?
I would like to jam my javelin across the door.
Is that a euphemism?
How's the
No,
priest going to get out if you lock it from the outside?
I think we should take the priest to the tavern, buy him a drink, and leave him there.
I don't
Stick
want
him on the wagon and roll him down.
Yeah.
to. Yes, sure.
I think we should leave him with a bottle of scotch in the tavern. He's had a
Oh.
shot.
I don't know about a bottle of scotch. That's what I need.
Well, there's money in the coffers in this room here. Look, that can pay for it. I'm not buying it for him.
If you rattle the box, you can hear it's actually empty.
Oh, okay.
The town haven't been coming to this church for several years since they could start hearing the screams of "Father, feed me."
All right.
He had a.
I don't know whether Strahd will know whether this lad's been killed. I'm looking for the but I'm not that bothered.
Well, I believe the tavern idea is a good idea.
Plus,
Here's
we can
one.
let the villagers know that the church is safe to go back to now because they were a bit upset about it.
I would ask Ismark if there is a viable option to take him to a tavern and drop off the wagon in one trip.
There would be. It would be possible to drop him off. The tavern is before the mercantile place.
Yeah. So I
Very
think we
well.
should drop him in the tavern, set him up by the fire with a drink, tell the bar that he's in a bit of shock and wants to stay here for the night, and I'll leave a gold piece behind to pay for his drinks.
Very good. As you walk outside, you can see that it is actually now night time. The sky's gone dark. You can see a few lights out in the town, but very little else is illuminated. As you look to your left, the path that you took up to the graveyard, almost like a faint fog, nothing like what you'd encountered before, but rising from the ground, sort of appears from around the graves, slowly getting thicker and thicker, until eventually it coalesces into the shapes of tall adventurers of the past, sort of shaped like ghosts. As you sort of stand there and watch, they start marching one by one past you, down towards the side of the church, heading towards the castle Ravenloft. What would you like to do?
Do I have any insight or knowledge of what's going on with it being sort of ghost of the religion-y sort of thing?
You wouldn't, but Ismark doesn't look particularly phased or surprised.
We would ask him.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck, man?
In these lands, souls, there is no such thing as rest in peace. The souls of adventurers who are trapped here can't leave. They're forever stuck chasing glory and trying to defeat Strahd in the hopes that they will be able to escape. This happens every night. The souls of adventurers march on Castle Ravenloft invade.
Oh,
Would it not be best for us to be off?
well, that's something to look forward to.
Are these souls actually able to do anything, or are they just sort of like see
At the
through?
moment, they've not really paying you any attention, but you are quite far away from them.
Oh, no, I just mean with this guy saying they go there every night to sort of the castle. Are they able to like get through the doors or break it down or anything, or do they just stand there when they get there?
He wouldn't really have any knowledge. He's never been to the Castle Ravenloft. He's never been stupid enough to go and see what happens when they get there.
Fair
But the
enough.
fact that it happens every single night is enough of a warning to him to know not to do it again.
Sounds fair.
I think we need to get some shelter out of the. I don't think we should be outside. Whatever makes the claw marks on the buildings and whatever else may well be following these adventures.
At that point, you hear what starts off as one wolf howl,
That would be them.
and then quickly progresses to another, and another, and another.
Speak of the devils, let's move quickly.
Yeah, I think a dash action towards the town.
As you're starting to make yourself ready to run, you can see faint glowing eyes coming in from the side, down here, and across here. Not particularly being trying to get to you, but almost pushing you into the cemetery. There would be tokens, but I haven't put them out yet.
I'm more than glad to beat more undead, but I think it's best we find shelter.
Why do we not just shelter in the church?
I think we might have to.
That sounds like a good idea.
It sounds like a better idea than the graveyard itself.
Yes.
We'll use that lock we got from earlier to sort of brace the door from the inside.
Yeah. Can we dash into the church?
Yeah. You can make your way into the church if you like.
Yep.
Yep.
That seems like the plan. This is our fortress. We will defend it to our very last life. And that's not a challenge, by the way.
I'm sure Donovan will know how to deal with them.
These are just windows, these ones, are they?
Where's that? Sorry.
All
Yeah,
these,
they're just normal windows. The only
All the
entrance
way in.
in and out is through the main door.
in that case, if everyone's in agreement, we will sort of lock that with the chain
Yeah.
and stuff from earlier.
Absolutely.
Yep. And if anyone tries to get through, I'll be the first they find.
You can see quite clearly through the door. There's holes in the doors that allow you to see outside. It begins with just these four walls. The mist is coalescing around the outside. It's the same thick pea soup type mist that you've seen in the past.
Yes,
And then you hear
okay.
another wolf.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't bite me. No, don't bite me. Don't bite.
Door is back.
There was
Drop the sock. Give me the sock.
No, let her have the fuck is in my arm. Oh, something.
Oh dear. Well done. 2 seconds. We're almost done. Well, these lot are almost done.
Well, you must be almost fucking done. The baby needs food.
Okay. The mist sort of coalesces. It's very, very thick.
That's a big
So-
fucking dog. Wolf.
That's a dire wolf. Next to that,
It's merely a puppy.
What is the matter with you?
as the mist sort of coalesces around, it's
I thought I was.
where have you got?
Yes, please. Get off me.
That's annoying.
What is the matter with you?
Ah, there we go. The shape of a man appears, dressed finely in regal clothes. You would recognise this man from the Death House. You impersonated him.
Ah, good-looking fellow.
I think it's best we brace the door.
He doesn't come any closer than that. He says, "Friend, you have something that I want. Perhaps we could come to an agreement."
We are not friends. We are merely strangers.
That's what a way to start a conversation here.
Yeah, well done.
You would do well.
We'll send our diplomat, the dwarf, out to talk to you.
The angry dwarf.
You would do well to be my friend.
First off, what is it we have that you want?
Yes, what is it you want?
You have my love.
Ah, you must mean Irina.
Who is Irina?
Ah, you must mean Donovan.
That fat candle is no use to me.
You're very welcome to have Donovan. We have
How
no
much
use
fun.
Saying how much he liked you.
You have my concubine, and I will get her one way or another.
Does the vampires in this fall to the stereotype of the cat coming unless invited?
Yes.
Ah, that's good.
He's also reluctant because it's a church.
Yeah, that would have been my second question.
I'm sorry, but the first thing you say, like, well, if you want her, come and claim her. Wait, that would be a bad thing to say to.
Oh, yeah.
Are you actually saying that?
No,
No,
I think
definitely
he may
not.
have control over said wolves.
I'm sorry, like it'd be one of those things. I can see my character somewhat start saying it, and then just going covering my mouth. It's like, no, shush, shut up.
Didn't we speak to her and earlier on, like last session or something, and she didn't? She wanted to escape him. Is that
No,
right?
She doesn't want anything to do with him, I believe.
Yeah.
Correct.
How does she look? Is she surprised or
Terrified.
charmed or okay?
I'd relay to him that we don't think. We think this is very sort of one-sided. He wants her. She doesn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah. So you're going to introduce yourself then, stranger?
I am known through these lands as Strahd,
Strahd. Oh, okay.
ruler of the lands of Barovia.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you're a noble.
I am the noble.
Not acting very noble.
Mm.
I know nobles, and you're not being very noble.
He sort of twitches a little bit and loses his calm. Enough. Either hand her over, or I come and get her.
You're not having her for one, and two, what company is not welcome.
Yeah. We've had a little conflab and basically no.
Very well.
Votes 6-1. No, you're not welcome.
Strahd sort of looks at you, looks at the door, looks at the walls, and nods. And they all move their way forward.
For the mucker.
Time to kill the puppies.
And start clawing at the door. And that's where we'll leave it.
Mm.
God damn it.
I was really hoping you were going to get to the next part.
Huh.
Me too.
I'm not sure we're going to get much further at all at a minute.
But yeah, that's where we'll leave it for now.
We should have just pushed her out the door and be done with it.
Yeah.
See, this is the bit I love because I'm playing a noble, angry dwarf.
Yeah, so I'm a noble drow.
And here I am, and just a street urchin. Like, yeah.
Well,
I up jumped myself.
Well, this is why I did it this way, because you can all be whatever you want to be, and then you just get drawn in.
Yeah.
we've got £200 of walking, talking dog food in the